So, prepare alliances. What does Sir Naval want me to do? Well met, Captain. Nasher has assigned me to support your efforts here in Crossroad Keep. I've spoken with Weedle. He informs me that he has the resources now to rebuild the ruined tower in the courtyard. It is your choice, of course, but I would recommend building a guard tower for the Nine to use as base of operations. How go your efforts? Okay, no. We can rebuild the temple and the ruined church and the tower, but we need to decide who gets to live in there. There are a few options, at least two for both. Pebble, I heard you were the Knight Captain of the Keep, but it was hard to believe. Nice to see you, Belina. Nice to see you too. You're a bleeding knight. Doesn't seem that long ago we were chasing down lizardlings for your father. I've heard about the war, so I decided to don the grey and do my part. Europe was plenty steamed, but I kept thinking that West Harbor wouldn't really need me. Not as much as you, anyway. Near as I can tell, I must have left town just before, you know, before they all died. Have you heard of any other survivors? I don't think your father was there when it happened, Lilina. He left town when I did. Even walked with me a ways down the road, hardly said a word, and he wouldn't tell me where he was going. He just disappeared into the swamp. I'm not sure about any other survivors. Harmas, maybe? He came to my mother one night very late and said he had some arcane way out of town. I guess he was offering to take us with him, but he didn't know where we'd end up. Mom said he was crazy and tossed him out of the house. I didn't see him around town after that. Hmm. Sorry about your family. I remember how my mother cried when I left. I was so sure she'd never see me again. And I told her, Mom, I'll be fine. I'll be with Lilina. I promise I'll be fine. And I was right, but so was she. Hmm. What will you do now? Kana's been having me patrol the walls, but I think she plans to make a sergeant out of me. Seems militia experience is in high demand here. I'll remain here, Lina, for as long as you have a place for me. You have my wow on that. Okay, good. Just checking if there's anything new. Hmm. Okay, I can't see the game having any limitations anymore. I mean, of what we can do or who we can hire. So this might be another good place to try to do something with the keep. I mean, if we're not going to do something with the keep now, we'll probably end up never doing it all, which is a certain possibility. I'm not going to wait around for little things to get with the keep getting done. But I would like to at least do something with it. What is Crawler here? Okay. We now have access to the materials needed to rebuild those two eyesores in the courtyard, the tower and the old church. Before I leap in and rebuild them though, you'll need to determine what use you will want to put them to. Perhaps you can question people around the keep about what's needed. What part of the keep do you want to rebuild? You don't have a lot of funds. That's probably because the time that the keep is sort of relying on to determine things hasn't really moved forward that much. Although we just switched to a new chapter, so maybe it has leaped forward quite a bit. Mm, Tower and the old church. Guard tower for the 9. Church. Any ideas what we could do with the tower? Perhaps Sir Naval could use the tower, or for something or other. There are probably more that are interested as well. But we would have to talk to them first before we can choose that. About the church. Funny you should ask. I've gotten a couple of requests while you were away. The first request is from Ivar the Blessed, a holy priest of Tyr, who says he'll set up a mission here if we restore the old church to its former glory. He even offered to help pay for rebuilding the church. The other offer comes from a monk named Roland. He says he's the master of the Sun Soul or some such. He's looking to pass on what he knows before he dies. So basically monks or clerics. I think we can do with the surrounding land. By roads. I consider this all to be money down the drain. Gotta do something. Crawler. Wait please, Captain. I've been waiting to extend to you an invitation from Luskan. We have pressing business, which does not include invitations from Luskan at this time. I'll thank you to step aside. Very good. Yes, fine. I'll just wait here. What exactly does he want? He's been bothering us for some time now. I suppose we have to talk to Aldenon first. Ah, well met, well met. I say, there sure are a number of visitors dropping by of late. Ah, Aldenon. I heard you had found something. No doubt something I'd want to hear, since it will no doubt put my life in jeopardy soon enough. Well, yes, I do have news. You see, I've made some progress on finding a way to breach the claimed lands and enter the Vale of Murderlane. One of 3 challenges solved, really. Tell me about your breakthrough. Well, you see, you won't turn into zombies once you enter the Murderlane, which I think is quite a good omen. Omens aren't good by definition, Aldenon. Well, of course they are, especially with a little milk and dustwood jam. But you see, the life-draining effect of the King of Shadows isn't stronger in the center as I expected. It seems to be strongest at the edges of the territory, where it spreads outward. So while you couldn't walk there, if we could hop over the wall, so to speak, then that would give you your best chance at striking at the King of Shadows. Why would that be? I'm not sure, only that it is true. King of Shadows' hunger is less at the Vale and stronger near the border of the claimed lands. It may be because he's already drained the life from the Vale outwards. More lives around the edges, so maybe that's where the effect is concentrated, kind of like the delicious icing of a foul dark cake. So you mentioned that was the first challenge. Getting there, you see, is the problem. To do that, we need to create a portal, and then tell that portal to where to create its other end. Can't just have it appear anywhere, you know, it has to appear in the Vale. And how would we do both of those things? What do we need to create a portal of that's large enough? Well, when Garius invited me to this keep, kidnapped. Yes. When Garius invited me, one of the tomes he had me translate was a fascinating work called the Tome of Ilskazar. Garius has the tome. Yes, he was using it to transport legions of blade golems to and from the Vale of Myrtlane. There's no reason we couldn't use the tome to create the same portal, and use it to hop in the murder lane, as if we were golems. Except that Garius, or one of the Shadow Reavers, has the tome, and it is probably using it to control the golems. Yes, but that's a minor inconvenience, one of many which I'm sure you'll be able to overcome. I've heard enough. So we need the tome for that. Right.
Captain, there's a sheriff from a nearby village that wants your help.
Well met to you, Captain. I'm the Sheriff of Leaves. We're a small village just south of your patrols.
Our patrols have made some of the bandits go elsewhere, in search of easier pickings.
Which sends them right to Leaves, I'm afraid.
Is it a halfling village?
Leaves is, at that. Not more than 20 of us. The bandits have raided our village twice. First time just to steal our pigs, but we're thinking it's going to get worse.
So Leaves wants us to send regular patrols their way to stop them.
Your Lady Conna has the straight of it. It's a lot to ask, I know, but we're desperate.
If we send men over there, those are men we won't have for our own patrols and duty. It could set us back on our own front. The decision is yours.
Ooh, we have a few options. We can station a patrol there, give them a couple of men, give them no men, or we could send a sizable group of men and try to ambush the bandits. In a way, that might be the best option, because that way we wouldn't have to station regular men there. We could do an operation there, try to get the bandits, crush them badly enough that they wouldn't be able to operate. It's also probably the goody two-shoes way to do things. A couple of men would just be throwing men away. I think it has to be either a patrol or the patrol or the ambush. Would we get anything for helping?
Not directly, no.
I think I'll do the ambush route. Send half of our ready men to leave. Have them wait until the bandits show up.
There's no way my village can thank you enough, Captain. Thank you.
Sending half our men out? Captain, that will severely limit our effectiveness until it's done. I hope you've made the right call.
I don't particularly care. I have informed the men that their captain has been ignited. The keep is now not only yours by duty, but by right as well. When we first met, I could tell that greatness was inside of you. As always, I am honored to serve. Okay. Sergeant's Bevel. He said his only experience at West Harbor was in the militia. All harbormen are as tough as you and he. What I would give to have more. He's experienced in combat and he has natural skill at leading men. He'll make a capable sergeant with training. But more than training, there are undercurrents in him. He wobbles like an ill-balanced blade. If those are addressed, he'll become even more capable. Okay. What's he being trained in? I had planned to train him to lead the patrols on the high road, but as always, if you have other orders, train him on the road patrols, particularly in getting merchants to pay more fair tithes. That isn't an easy task. Merchants are notoriously clever at avoiding tithing, but he seems sharp enough. Are you sure about the training, Captain? Once he's trained and assigned, we can't effectively put him on something else. I'm certain. Excellent. I'll see to it at once. Men. I'd like some kind of a report. How battle ready are the men? They're capable. What's the status of Crossroad Keep? Master Beetle has started work on the reconstruction. Blah blah blah. Okay. The keep itself is filled with loyal men and followers, but there still may be a few out there to find. Such soldiers, however, there are few people that visit here and live here. Perhaps if the Krakows patrol the road and our lands, we'd grow more prosperous. Okay, I'll need a report first. At time passed, 20%. Don't have a lot of merchants, no new recruits. Need strength is low. It's because the numbers are low. You might want to... Yeah, every security is low. The guys haven't really been up to anything. I think we need to just let more time pass. I think they're currently on road risk security. Especially with Bevel being there now, it probably improves things quite a bit. Okay. You remember the party of adventurers that came here looking for work before? They've sent you a letter from Port Last. Here it is. Seems they managed to stay alive and bear news. To the Captain of Crossroad Keep, it is my pleasure to report findings from our epic journey to Port Last on your behalf. In the Alliance Arms Inn, we encountered a shady fellow from Luskan by the name of Hurlingscar, or Early Star, or well, I forget exactly. I tipped the local proprietor, one Faglar or Falgar or... Anyway, I tipped him 2 coppers to arrange a meeting with the Luskanite. The man was reluctant to speak with us at first, but Maxwell challenged him to a drinking contest, with the loser paying for all the drinks of the winner. After much valiant cuzzling, Maxwell only barely lost. After Maxwell rolled under the table, we had to pool all of our remaining funds to pay for Sterling Shard's rather large tab. However, we learned one valuable piece of information. The Luskan fool let slip that he had a brother with some business in the south, and he waited in Port Last for his brother's return. We were determined to learn more of this brother of his. Next day, Yuan suggested a different strategy for cracking this Luskan nut. She squeezed Candrel into one of her more revealing dresses and brought her to see Girlingstar. Let me tell you, the man's jaw dropped, as did his eyes. Candrel ushered him to a private table in the back of the inn, where Yuan waited, hiding under the table. By masterful use of her feminine charms, Candrel learned, much to our shock, that Elfinstar's brother, named Carliver or Krollfooper. Anyway, we were shocked to learn that his brother's intended destination was none other than Crossroad Keep. Yuan was so floored that she leapt to her feet, knocking over the table and dropping a candelabra, which started a small fire. Innkeeper Foglord rushed to put out the fire, but ended up burning off half of his mustache. I quickly uttered the first spell that came to mind, Ray of Frost. My quick thinking doused the fire before it could cause any serious harm. I fear it gave a fear goal, and some minor frostbite. Despite my heroism, we were asked to leave the inn immediately, which brought an end to our investigation. But beware, Captain. Beware of Crawler Lurking Star. Who knows what dark mission brings him to Crossroad Keep. It is my hope that we have provided you with some valuable intelligence, and as soon as we can raise enough money to afford travel, we shall return to you for our next mission. Cheers, Derek and Company. I don't think he repeated the same name twice. Oh, we have 2 locations for Guyven up the road. I found some place that might interest you. Oh really? Tell me a tale of your travels. I found Amongero's Haven. Ah yes, I visited many a wizard's sanctum in my time. They are rarely what you expect. Guyven reckons you've seen enough of Hill and Vale for me to share a thing or two with you. You're barely a path stalker really, but Guyven can tell you of a life of wanderings. Sit down and listen for a spell. Okay. And that's how you can live off the earth. No matter how desolate a place looks, there's always some life to sustain you, if you know where to look. You tired me out, Pathstalker. That's enough talking for me for the present. What exactly did I get from that? Yep. I visited Lord Halweth Never's tomb beneath Castle Never. Lord Never's tomb. It's a strange sun elf that chooses to be buried so far beneath the sun. But you might understand if you knew what he went through in his lifetime. According to one legend, not sure how true it is, Halweth Never and those that followed him fled Neverwinter Wood, which was then called something unpronounceable by my tongue. Their ancestral home had been sacked by the orcs, goblins, and the barbarian hordes that dominated the Sword Coast in that day. After a long bloody journey to the mouth of the river, leading from the woods, Halweth planted his sword in the ground and called this the winter of their journey. Lord Halweth assumed that this would be a graveyard for his people and mark the end of his line of elves. In despair, his people dubbed this land Never's Winter. Then a group of human cast-offs from the south came along, and the 2 peoples formed an uneasy union and built ramshackle defenses. When the ravaging hordes came for them, the humans and elves stood together, and against all expectations they prevailed. Human and elven blood bounded in that battle, and after the victory, they decided to remain there and build a city called Neverwinter. You're a real traveler, you are. I'll tell you a secret, one about Crossroad Keep. Been here before. A terrible war with the King of Shadows raged through here. Captain at the time hid something of value before his men were slaughtered 2-1. Check just out your walls at the base of the second North Tower North. You might find something of interest to you. Base of the second Tower North. Okay. So, secret. I don't think they're worthwhile. I'm trying to locate Amongero. Not sure if I want to have a long dialogue with him now, but want to see what he does. I think he's here. Maybe.
Yes?
Questions?
No doubt.
Lot of options. I suppose we can do this. We have to talk to him at some point anyway. Java is another. Maybe I should talk to her first. Doesn't matter.
Yes?
I had some questions. No. No, this is not a good way to do this. Why is not it's not a good way. Because sometimes there might be skill checks. So I would like Grobnar to preferably provide me with boosts. Blah, blah, blah. And I would like to have heroism cast on me. It's anything to boost my way out of trouble. Third mount. I suppose our casual leads. Light crossbow. Crossbow of the unicorn. Attack bonus plus 5. Haste 4 uses per day. Not bad at all. Just the Alaskan man. Let's talk to him. I'll try to get some kind of a group together first. The first priority at this point though. What is that? Neverwinter Nights tunic. Light armor. Expert tactician. It's 2. Constitute. Yeah, not gonna use this. We're definitely not gonna go anywhere new. What we want is to wrap up things. Amanduro. Level 16 Warlock. My level 16 or 17? 17. But Iron Fist Stronghold, High Cliff, Ember, Court Blast. Not quite sure what Ember could possibly provide for us. Merchant's Quarter. Yeah, now every place is probably fairly different. Look for the Merchant's Quarter. I'm basically trying to see if we can get new people to join up at the keep. Also need to level up, maybe talk to people later on. If we go to the Iron Fist Stronghold or the High Cliff, I'm pretty sure we're going to enter some serious trouble at the same
Yes.
time. Or at least get new places to go and explore. No, I need to use your picture. You're, well, that would be nice. Anything else? Bald-headed guy with a beard, basically. That would be fitting. There's at least a couple of choices even here. First taste of Warlock. Web of Purity. Battlecaster. Armor proficiency, light melee, martial weapons. But caster, spell penetrations, blast shape, essence. Eldritch Blast, 76. That's the basic attack they'll have. Right. This is probably very important level up. Because we might get a chance to switch around our abilities a little bit. And I'm not sure if we're gonna get all that many chances after this. Yeah, 4 levels. Retributive Invisibility, Devour Magic, Vitrolic Blast, Wall of Perilous Flame, Be-Shadowed Blast, Eldritch Chain, The Dead Walk, Dark One's Own Luck, Hideous Blow, Leaps and Bounds. Can I reset everything? No. Can make a choice. Can I switch? I can switch one ability. So we have to make this count. I think with every level up we can switch around one ability. No new ones. Retributive Invisibility. You can use Greater Invisibility as the spell, but only on yourself. The effect lasts for 3 rounds. If your Retributive Invisibility is dispelled, a shock wave releases from your body in a 20-foot radius burst. This shock wave deals 46 points of sonic damage to all creatures in the area and stuns them for 1 round. As this is a fairly good protective ability. Wall of Perilous Flame, Curtain of Fire. I don't like Curtain of Fire spells. Vitrolic Blast. Allows you to change your Eldritch Blast into a Vitrolic Blast. Deals acid damage and is formed from... yeah. Ooh. Is formed from conjured acid, making it different from other Eldritch essences because it ignores spell resistance. So this is actually very good. Power Magic. Spell attempts to strip all magical effects from a single target, or remove the strongest magical effects from a group of targets. This is another good one. I think the Wall of Perilous Flame is the only one I don't so far like. Eldritch Chain is good. There are 2 type of abilities basically. One is Shape and one is the Essence. Shape means how the spell is going to hit. For example, I think the Hideous Blow means it envelopes your physical attacks, so it's an added to normal fighting. Eldritch Spear would be a long-range single target blast. Chain is probably a looping, an attack that hits a target then jumps to another target. This blast, uh, this blast-shaped invocation allows you to improve your Eldritch Blast by turning it into an arc of energy that jumps from the first target to others. Eldritch Chain can jump to 1 or more additional targets within 30 feet of the first target, making additional ranged touch attacks and dealing damage to the secondary targets if successful. Will automatically attempt to jump to additional targets per 5 caster levels, so you can strike 2 targets, 2 additional targets at 10, 3 at 15, so we are at 3 additional targets. Dead Walk. You can summon an undead skeleton or a zombie. This is rubbish. Be-Shadowed Blast. Allows you to change your Eldritch Blast into Be-Shadowed Blast. Any living creature struck by this must succeed in saving throw or be blinded. Yeah. Dead Walk is something I don't like. Wall of Perilous Flame is something I don't like. Hideous Blow is not exactly a good one either. These two are Dark One's Own Luck. All saving throws equal... no. You gain a luck bonus to all saving throws equal to your charisma bonus for 24 hours. This gives you another bonus for 24 hours, so you don't have to keep casting them. And we can only switch one. I suppose if we have an interesting ability on level 2 or 3, we'll switch it. Hindering, Noxious, Tenacious Plague. Summons masses of biting and stinging insects. One swarm is summoned for every 3 caster levels. A swarm has +4 attack bonus and deals 2d6 points of magical damage when it hits. A swarm dissipates after 3 rounds. It's not stacked with itself. If the warlock uses this invocation while a swarm still exists, the current swarm will be replaced with the new swarm. Eldritch Cone. I do not want a cone attack. Chilling Tentacles. Field of soul-chilling black tentacles. Right. Ooze from the ground, groping for weak victims. I bet they are. Bludgeoning damage. I can call this not good. It's not good against undead. Tenacious Plague might be a substitute for the Perilous Plague. Bewitching Blast. Confusion. Yeah, I don't actually care too much for any of these. Slow would be hindering, but I like the Victrolic one quite a bit. Anything better on the... Here we want to get rid of the Dead Walking. Brimstone Blast, I think there's additional fire damage. Not bad. Charm. Yeah, this is taking a lot of time because I don't really know what I'm doing. Dread Caesar. Leave a scene. You and your party also become temporarily hasted, gaining an additional attack and 50% movement bonus, a +1 bonus to attack rolls, and an additional +4 dodge bonus to armor class for 30 seconds. Hopefully this isn't bad. Voracious Dispelling. We already have a Dispelling attack on here. Walk Unseen. Become invisible. The effect ends immediately if you attack or cast spells, otherwise the effect lasts 24 hours. Flee the scene would be a great replacement for the Dead Walk. Eldritch Spear might be another. We have to choose something. I don't want him summoning undead creatures constantly, so we flee the scene. But Eldritch Blast is just now 8d6 points of damage, and it's something you can cast constantly. How these work really is you have the abilities here separately, but you can always choose a shape. So Eldritch Blast will have the Bee Shadowed Blast and Vitrolic Blast combinations. So now Vitrolic Blast that chains. You can combine them. I'm not going to manually handle these things though, so I'm not sure it matters. Web of Purity on the other hand might be a different matter. I need to at least understand how it works. Will paralyze all undead and outsiders within 30 feet of the user for 3 rounds. Victims may make a will save throw with blah 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 blah. Can be used once per day. Okay. Don't cast it. Is it? It's we can't aim it.
Yeah?
At least I understand a little bit better. I don't think I would want to talk about it becoming a monk with Kelgar. Why would I?
Yes.
He's pretty much the only warrior we have at the moment. I'm not even remotely interested in making him a monk.
Me?
Yes, you. New spells. New first level spell. Remove fear. This has been a problem here and there. Take it. 5th level spell. Song of Discord. Causes enemies within the area to become confused. Ooh. Mass hold person. Summon creature. Superior resistance. Ice storm. Culture shout. Dirge. Your song draws upon the energies of death and destruction. All enemies in the area of effect suffer 2 points of strength and dexterity damage each round. If the enemy leaves the area of the effect, the strength and dexterity are restored. Take energy immunity, that's a useful spell. Mask Cat's Grace. You could also summon a dire bear. Maybe superior resistance. 24 hours plus 6 to all saves. Ah,
Yes.
why can't
All of
you
you, follow
move?
me.
Are you really this weak? Yes, you are. Because you have Chandra's equipment. Okay, makes sense. Fire and cold resistance.
All done.
What are you doing? Belt of Hill Giant Strength. Black Flame Cloak. Level immunity to level and ability training. Excellent. Elemental Resistance Ring. Excellent. Greater Amulet of Health. So regeneration, poison immunity, disease immunity, level ability train immunity. Why can't you use a shield? That means it would be better to just give him a two-handed weapon of some sort and medium armor, will it? Yeah, he uses medium armor. Right,
I'm overloaded.
whatever.
Everyone, follow me!
Yes.
Has a ring of power? No, that makes no sense. It has weaker elemental resistances mainly. So someone else is gonna get an amulet of health. I think I'll take one. Don't want to use it constantly, but be useful.
Everyone, follow me! Fortifying.
Yes.
What do I have? Amulet of Truth. Yeah, I think Amulet of Health is actually better. At least in most cases. This could be used as an upgrade of some sort. We don't have a immediate need to get rid of the loot. We can still fit 100 more items in here. So I'm not gonna do any kind of management on
Filthy
that front.
hellspawn.
Adamantine Heavy Shield. A lot of rubbish. Forsaken Path. Scimitar. Damage bonus versus Outsider and Undead plus 3. It's about as good as we can expect, I suppose. But I think we can do better. We certainly need an armor.
I'm ready if you need me.
Even if it's just light armor, just something. Rainbow armor would be heavy. Unusable. Mirror. Slight. +3. Spell resistance. Not bad. Can test that out. Do we have anything else? Well, not really. This should be better than nothing, and no downsides really. Yeah, 7 additional armor. Don't have wrist slots. Sure you do. Bracers of mage armor or something should be added.
I'll take the lead. Time to finish
Close
it.
fire.
Okay. What can we get from here? A lot of refugees living in the city. Flee the scene. Light of Heavens. What?
Oh yes. Eleme Vokraini.
Yes.
Gezen Calred Hor.
The shadow grows long here. It seems chance has thrown its lot in with you. Will you be the sun that sends the shadow into hiding? The tree that stands still and is swallowed? Or the dark cloud that hastens the night? I seek to destroy the King of Shadows, if that's what you mean. Your resolve is strong to the ears, but my eyes see one untested. I would offer myself as a willing conduit through which you may be tested. I challenge you one-on-one. Raise your guard and we shall begin. Wait, you want to fight me? Testing you is the only way I can know your worth. You may either accept or not. But I accept. I wasn't kidding about this. Challenging. Well, this is sort of sucks, because I have no defenses up. Divine Wrath. Holy shit. He's not bad. Rush successful. Get knocked down too. Protection against good. This won't last too long. Wait until she gets up again. You are gonna get up at some point, aren't you? The test is finished. You have beaten me fairly and succeeded this, the first of 3 tests. I will come to you twice more, and twice more you may be tested, for now you have earned the right to know my name. I am Light of Heavens. Okay. Good to know.
Utus Christu Clarmachon.
So that just happened. Don't think we're going to go out and do much if we encounter something of interest. Minor things of interest. Yeah. Only 1 section of town available. Ooh, parchment. What's all this then? I don't think it's anything. Huh. Shopkeepers. Bill Logan. Crafting. Red Dragon Hide. Normal weaponry. I mean normal enchanted weaponry. A lot of it. 150,000. A sickle. Fire resistance, fire damage plus 3 enchant. Nothing particularly amazing. Nothing terrible either. Just storage area. Ropes of Shining Hand plus 5. Something like this might be good for us. A lot of armor bonuses. It would free the hand slots for something else. Boots of Sun Soul plus 5. Dodge modifier, dexterity. Not bad at all. It's better than this. Much better. Also costs quite a bit, and I'm not sure how amazingly good it is in the end. Just that we would be able to get our armor class go up, which is nice, but is it worth it really? I get spell scrolls. Big B's Grasping Hand. I think I have Big B's Grasping Hand. No, I have a Clenched Fist. This is 7th level Big B's. Not have it. Chain Lightning, I don't think I have it. Mind Blank, don't have it. Protection from Energy, don't have this. Yes. Shape Change. What is that? Don't Flesh, I don't think I have it. Okay, not bad. This is a 9th level spell. Right. A little bit of filling out our spell lists. I don't think we can go to Black Lake, no. Ooh, Dancer. Joy. Hello there. You approach me. Do you wish to speak? Who are you? I am Joy. What an odd name. You think so? Many people have said it is a fitting name. I was named by the High Priest of Lathander when he blessed me as an infant. Why are you dancing? You are not the first person to ask me that. Simply put, I dance to make people happy. Why are you dancing here? Where better? As soon as I came to this place, I could sense how distraught everyone was. Neverwinter is evacuating. Soon there will be few left. I have noticed this. There are fewer people to enjoy my dancing today than yesterday. I'm not sure where else I might bring the most joy, so to speak. You are welcome to come dance at Crossroad Keep. I've heard of Crossroad Keep. All those brave soldiers. Sounds like an ideal place for me to spread happiness. I will grant your wish. I shall set off to your keep at once to bring joy to everyone there. Springs. Okay. So now we have something that we can improve our inn with. We have an entertainer there, which means we can get a bard there, which means something. I have no idea what it means. Anything here? No, it's a storage area. Thing there. Still a couple of merchants, and wonder if we can go to the temple. Brother Ham. I'm not sure about the... We could finish the Kelgar's trials. The problem is... Doing that is a path to monkhood, and I don't know if we have a chance to say no. At the same time, doing it could increase influence with Kelgar quite substantially. I don't think I care enough. If we have to get the Iron Fist to be our allies, it probably is good enough of a chance to get influence with him. And I don't see anything of interest here at the moment. We can't enter the Moonstone Mask either, so I think we're just gonna evacuate and leave things at that. I'll go to Crossroad Keep again. Check the situation. Ooh, encountered something on the way there. Check situation and leave things at that. We'll go after the vendor's name probably the first. Maybe talk to Amangero. Grey Cloak Sergeant. You and you, keep the smaller ones busy. Everyone else is with me on the big one. Captain. What's going on? This band of trolls has been marauding the countryside. We have to stop them. We're decently equipped, but trolls are still dangerous. Would you mind joining us for this fight? I'm with you. For Crossroad Keep, for the captain.
Time to finish this.
Troll Hunter. Yes. There's no way in hell they're gonna survive this. Just gonna spam with some fire spells and that'll be it. They're all dead already. Well, thanks for the help, Captain. We'll see you back at the keep. Adamantine battle axe. Eyeball scroll. Not every encounter has to be an epic one. I want to visit occasionally in Crossroad Keep because it seems like that's the only way to really move the time forward.
Fortifying.
I want to see if I can talk to the Laskan guy who's
Time to
been
finish
hanging
this.
around. Then talk to Kana and then leave it there. We would need to talk to other people too. I mean, who to put in the tower? I think there's at least 3 options with that. Huh. Hagen.
I see the moon has been at your back. You look well.
Where have you been?
The mare has grown dark, and many villagers needed help in leaving before it was too late. And I have sought the scent on the breeze to learn of the Dark Hunter, King of Shadows. More can still be learned in the mare, but I have discovered something and had to tell you at once.
Tell me what?
I heard one of the scouts was asking about me. Oh, well met. You're Dagon, aren't you? Your daughter has...
I am Dagon, yes, and you are Eleni, of the Circle of the Mare.
Once of the circle, yes. What do you want?
What do you want with Eleni?
It does concern her. It concerns you both. As I hounded the trail of the Dark Hunter and his minions, I came across something I thought lost. The druids of our lands, the Circle of the Mare, still live.
That's impossible. You're mistaken. If they were alive, I would know.
I can only venture to the swamp for brief periods of time. The reeds and waters feast on the living now. I followed the druids, and they had a ritual I think sustained them, even in the claimed lands.
The circle! They must have found a way to restore part of the mare. Keep it from the influence of the shadows. If so, we need to find them. They can tell us more about what's happening in the mare than anyone. And if we can get them to ally with us, we may even be able to stop what the King of Shadows is doing to the land itself.
If these druids are as powerful as you say, they would make valuable allies.
That was my thought as well. Thank you for understanding.
Then you must make haste at once, if this is your course of action.
Thanks for bringing us this information, Father.
No gratitude is necessary. We are at war and it must be done. I will mark the location on your map. As for now, I have other duties in the defense of the Sword Coast and this keep, and I must see to them.
Your father's not one for showing emotion, is he? It's difficult to see how he raised you, and you turned out so different.
We don't choose our fathers.
True enough. You could have done worse, I suppose. Or better. Regardless, we need to find the circle. But as for reaching the location, that could be difficult.
I thought I heard the cries of a damsel in distress. Someone had to fill Chandra's role, eh?
Bishop, this doesn't concern you, so stop spying on us.
My dear, with you around, it pays to be extra watchful. As for you, Captain, heard your father was playing scout. I wanted to meet him, tell him what a wonderful girl he raised. All of the Sword Coast is thankful, I'm sure.
I'm surprised you even care.
Surprises and me travel together. You should know that by now. For another surprise, why don't you show me on the map you have there where your druid friends are?
They're in the Mare, along the northwestern reaches, near the settlements the orcs attacked many years ago during their incursion into Neverwinter.
I suspected that might be one of the places. As for the incursions, it wasn't just orcs. That's near an area the King of Shadows isn't likely to have claimed. Yet. Might be a good staging area to look for your dead druid friends.
Dagon says they're alive.
Maybe for now. Still, if you want to go, I can guide you to a safe port on the edge of the marsh.
All right. That would be welcome.
Your sword is welcome, Bishop.
Save your gratitude until we get there and see the truth. But we better leave soon. Something tells me those friends of yours may have to move around a lot if they want to avoid the shadows.
Yes. Bishop's probably right.
All right then, I'll set out now. I'll start scouting the path, and join up with you only when need be. It'll save us all a lot of time.
Pardon me,
Oh,
Captain,
fuck's
but
sake.
if I could just, have a moment of your time.
If you don't want a dagger between your ribs, I suggest you ask for alms elsewhere.
I guess the game decided where we're gonna go next. And jumping around. Nuke reconstruction. I don't particularly... Ooh. We're going to do surrounding areas. Nearby roads need better bridges, watchtowers for safety, 100,000 down the drain. Thank you very much. Still have 300,000 left. The game doesn't want us to talk to that Alaskan man for some reason. I'll talk to Connor and leave things there. Maybe I should talk to Angus.
How may I be?
There you are.
Oh, fuck.
There's Connor, my compatriot, and now the captain, eh? It's me, you know, David. My fellows and I have been adventuring for some time. You got my note about Port Last, right? Your Connor was right, you know. Dark deeds happening on the Luskan border. After that, we took to the road and I found an old lady and rescued a cat. We each got an apple.
I'm certain this old woman was as charmed by your act as we are, no doubt.
Keep to the point, David. Let's not take up any more of the captain's time.
Right you are. Should I ask him about rumors? No, I'm sure the innkeep will have those. Do you know of any jobs for an adventurer?
I still don't think these adventurers are ready to face anything more difficult than a sickly kobold.
Probably true. We could lie. That's a death sentence. Docks of Highcliffe, there is a shape-shifted dragon princess. Right. Can he really handle any danger?
We learned a great deal in Port Last, and after that, Juin and Kandrel bought new armor, and I've mastered more difficult spells. We aren't as powerful as you, but we can take care of ourselves.
There's everyone who can't take care of themselves. I don't necessarily want to ask about the King of Shadows. But what's the point of lying either? These are all dangerous places to send people. Have you heard anything about the King of Shadows?
The King of Shadows? Why, yes.
Juin, Kandrel, we have our quest to find out about the King of Shadows. Pack the saddlebags on the horses. There must be clues around. Adventure awaits!
Sorry, Captain. David can be, well, you know. Blessings to you all.
One of these days, Captain. You know you're going to get them all killed.
So what? Sometimes that's how dice rolls happen. Part of adventuring. Risk of dying. Maybe Torio. Can he lead some potential Ooh. Do you know who could use the tower or the church? Well, I was speaking with Master Beetle, and it turns out we have two suitable buildings. Blah, 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 okay. Who would want the tower? It could be a decent guard tower, or Uncas could make use of it. It could even be set up as a mage tower if one wanted. Mage tower? Well, you know how mages are. They like to sit in a little high on their perch. There are many mages who might be willing to relocate to a tower here. I will set my agents to find a suitable archmage. That's probably the best. Other options might be more beneficial as far as the keep defense is concerned. But what I'm looking for is as many spells that I can get without having to waste my level up spell slots on those. Why does Angus want it? Did you ask? He needs a gambling den, of course. Any potential recruits? Every war effort needs competent soldiers, even the House Tower. With its emphasis on magic, recognize this. Here's a Luskan mercenary who goes by the name of Jalborn of the Two Blades, who currently works for Signy Natale. If you can convince him to leave his employer, he may prove a valuable ally. He was once a sergeant of Luskan, though the circumstances of his discharge were controversial. There is no denying his skill at arms. Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna leave things here. No, I need to talk to Kana still. Results of the special mission at the Grey Cloaks went on. Old Man Morris was deep in the hills, and the Grey Cloaks had some initial difficulty finding him. The report says he's a colorful character. The men were forced to camp nearby after several warning bolts were fired. A few days of waiting and the bandits did indeed show up. With the training we gave the men and the weapons we provided, they defeated the bandits quickly. Got an amulet and 500 gold. Old Man Morris was humbled by our actions. He said he wanted you to have this. Men are in good spirits. Report. 2% time passed since we were last here. We've gained more money, more merchants. I think I even have this in there too. I think we would like to... Yeah, road security has improved a little bit. Once we get it into the green, I think I want to start doing land security. Because land has farmers, which would increase our number of recruits we can get. But only 2% by going out and coming back again. Okay. I think we're going to go after something special, a proper mission next. I don't want to waste too much time going back and forth with this. Maybe more small things, Render's Nave and the druids, things like that.